We've not really spoken to most people that are to do with the trip yet, so hello. I'm Katie, this is Riki. We've been trying to help Mike out with some of the stuff to do with the tour. Because of the path that we've walked, especially over the last sort of 2 to 3 years, he asked us to put together a video about some of the stuff we've come to realise and understand, like walking the path that we have been doing. I don't know how well it's going to go down. I mean, obviously I don't know anybody really that's to do with the tour, so I don't know what people's situations is or anything. But I know Mike was concerned about drug use and the effect of drug use on the tour, and it's something I'm very concerned about from my own experiences and from what I gather from other conversations that Mike shared. You know, a few of the shamans involved in this have said that they've been given information that drug use really isn't going to be good. I just want to kind of give what we've learned with this stuff, but first I want to say that like this stuff isn't about judgment at all. You know, like I'm nobody's mother. I'm not a fundamental Christian. I'm not going to be like, I'm not here to say like thou shalt not fucking smoke, thou shalt not take drugs, you know, like it's bullshit. You know, everybody walks their own path, and I have a massive amount of respect for everybody on the journey. My history with this sort of thing is like I went through something really bad like when I was 16 that was just way too much for me to like cope with in any way, shape or form at the time, and I turned to smoking shitloads of weed at that time. And you know, I took a few trips and things like that too. I know in hindsight how much difficulty that caused and how much damage it did within my system and my aura and all of this. You were the same, weren't you?
Well, I grew up around smokers, so it was all kind of fun for all them. But I mean, I left my family and they were all smokers who I went to go and live with, you know, so it's very interesting because I've had a lot of years experience with it, and to know the difference between being around smokers and not being around smokers, you know. And when we're talking about people, at the end of the day, it's still people, but I'm aware of the effects and the differences that...
Yeah, from the substances.
Yeah, that's it, so how it affects people, yeah.
The main thing that we became aware of is that, you know, like everybody that's doing this will be aware of like the control agendas that are on the earth, that are mainly about disempowering people, and a lot of people using smoke or drugs of any sort, you know, whatever floats your boat. You know, most people think that they're kind of rebelling in some way by doing that, but to be honest, it's really far from the truth, because the agendas that want to keep you dumbed down want you fucking using. You know, they do. They want you addicted. They want you even just like dabbling in recreational use. They want you doing it because it weakens you. It weakens your body, it weakens your auric system, it weakens your resolve, it takes you out of your power, and often it obscures your spiritual connection and your spirituality.
Clarity.
Yeah, it takes you out of clarity and purity. And I don't say that, like, again, I don't say that from like a puritanical point of view. It's just, it does corrupt, you know. I better call a spade a spade. It fucking does, you know, it's not your truth. It's not who you are. It's not the soul that you are. It's not what you came here to do. You know, I mean, most people use substances of any sort because at some level they're not very happy with the reality that they're living in, you know, and I mean, who the fuck can blame you?
Oh, it's
You know, sorry about my language, by the way. It's been
an insane planet. It's just totally nuts, you know, and it's kind of like an answer for a while to some of this stuff, really, you know, because at least in that, it's something that feels, in a way, more true at the time than the rubbish you see around you. You know, you're thinking, why is everyone just in this insane reality? It doesn't feel like there's any truth in it. It does
sometimes make you feel like you're cutting through a lot of the bullshit, doesn't it, as well?
I think there's some element of truth to it, what it shows you, but it's not...
But it's like it comes at a cost, you know. I mean, I think that's the difficult thing with a lot of these substances are, you know, a lot of these substances have been manufactured now. You know, you're not talking about like ancient power plants anymore. You're not talking about a natural plant that's been grown in soil naturally on the earth. You know, I mean, like just weed, like most of it is grown hydroponically. It's been hybridized. It's been so screwed about with, you know, the original spirit of that plant probably doesn't know who the hell it is.
Well, we've felt things about that which we'll speak about as well.
Yeah, possibly.
Maybe.
But there's so much with all this stuff, you know, like indigenous cultures for eons have used power plants, but they've used them with a lot of awareness. They've used them in a ceremony. They've used them with deep intentions and setting protection and stuff. And most people using any kind of substances, I mean, even alcohol, you know, like it's not done with that kind of awareness.
Because we are focusing on literally everything with this, anything that can be an addiction, really.
Yeah.
And the reason is because for this tour, Mike is feeling like, and I think most of us who
are aware of the energetic impacts of using stuff.
We've become aware that the clarity is needed, and it's very important for this to happen. But we trust that everyone who comes aboard will be just right anyway, you know, regardless, you know, because we trust in what's going to happen. But what we're understanding is that if people can, if they choose, you know, to try and cut back addictions before this happens, some really good things are going to happen. One of them is you're going to get more in your power and feel much stronger in yourself and more confident.
The thing is, at the end of the day, if you have an addiction or even just like a habit or habitual use or even just regular use of any substance, you are being a slave to it, you know. And I know that's harsh words, that's, you know, but it's fucking true. It's not a judgment, you know, I swear it's not a judgment, you know, I really do. But something else is pulling your strings. If something is making you go out to scar, if something is making you stop off on the way back from work to go for a pint regularly, or, you know, buying a pack of fags or whatever, you know, like you're not in your power. And the difficult thing with the work that we're all wanting to do in South America, you know, this isn't stuff that's being dabbled around with, you know, this is hardcore, deep work, you know, and...
It's definitely beyond just visiting some sites, and I think it's really...
Yeah, it's not,
you know,
it's not just a gig, you know, it's really not just a gig. It's powerful work that's going on, you know, like a lot of the people who are in touch with other realms and stuff, you know, they know that this is big stuff, and forces, you know, it's not all going to be singing choirs of angels that people are touching into, and I'd be quite dubious if it was, you know. There are energies that will be called to what we're trying to do and will want to sabotage what we're trying to do. And when people are using substances, it leaves other doorways open. The stuff that you're wanting to do with the music is really, really powerful, and it builds power. You know, it's
amazing.
providing like a whirlpool or a force of power and energy. And like, you know, I think Mike will probably have been going on to everybody about the importance of the intentions here, and I mean, I'll reiterate that as well. You know, people need to be coming from a good place on this work, they really do, because it's important. It's very, very, very important work. And if this big pool of energy has been created, if people are using, you're creating like holes, you're creating other doorways and portals that unhelpful energies are going to ride on.
It's been amazing, so I don't know if I'll just take over right there.
Go
But
on.
like, it's been an amazing journey for me, because when I met Katie, like, I was very numb and I was very cut off, and I couldn't connect with my emotions or anything, and we went through all this thing of healing from our traumas and things we've been through as a child, and you know, I had tears coming out and all these different things came out, and I now feel free and lighter, and part of the freeing was that, and other parts were letting go of my addictions, because I felt strong to tackle them, you know, and having a girlfriend obviously helped, you know, and like I managed to stop smoking cigs as well, which is like the total nightmare, you know, to try and stop. It's just like, about 15,000 times, I don't know how many times I tried to stop smoking, you know.
Possibly not quite 15,000.
I know,
but
I
nearly.
just like to exaggerate things. But yeah, like, but each thing I let go of, I became more in my power.
Yeah.
And what I realised, well, there was one time I realised that because we began to sense these forces around, you know, and we began to sense what their agenda was.
The thing is, the clearer you get, the more aware you become, and the more you can see what is actually happening. You know, the more you can see the effects of control issues on people, the effects of when people are taken over by other energy. You know, it all starts to become clearer.
Yeah, that's it.
The more any kind of substances are cleared from the system. You know, I mean, for me, it isn't just about obvious drugs. You know, it's all of it, to be honest. I mean, it's how far you want to go with things.
I mean, we began to look at it all, not in a kind of like, what's going on now? It's all crazy, but in a kind of like, you know,
Go on, carry on.
like, we began to, okay, right, you know, our intuition, take it step by step, and we began to see, like, yeah, like even things like sugar, natural sugars, even fruit, too much of that was affecting us. So what we've been trying to do, essentially, I guess what I'm trying to say, is like create this very flat state where we just feel balanced.
Clear state.
Yeah, and in that state you can have fun, you can be sad, you can be whatever, but it's like you feel as a person more balanced and more in control.
There's less
and more able to make changes.
Yeah, there's less that's pulling your strings and messing you about and giving you the highs and the lows and feeling like shit, or the depression, or, you know, I mean, because that's the thing with any drug use, there's a cost. You know, it's not just the high, it's the come down, it's the mood swings, it's, you know, it's so many things, but like the hidden costs are often things that you will never be aware of unless you get rid of them and clear properly, because, you know, like these things have an effect on the energetic body as well. You know, it puts holes in the aura, which is the thing that I was trying to say before about doing this work. You know, it allows you to be used. It allows you to be used as a conduit for things that we're not really wanting to be conduits for. It's also, it allows you to be used to get into power struggles and dramas. Like, you know, I mean, I'm sure Mike has been saying a lot about, you know, like ego stuff, you know, and I mean, the drug stuff really does make that hard as well. But if the people going on this trip really want this to be powerful, you know, the more clear all of us can be before going, the work, yeah, I mean, it lift it to a totally different level. I mean, ideally, like, I'd be saying this about bloody loads of stuff, which I'm not going to do on here because message about quitting drugs is enough for a lot of people.
Well, this is the most important thing, yeah, and any addictions really in general.
Yeah,
but
it's the addiction
addictions are.
thing. If you're addicted, somebody else is in control of you. Something else is in control. You know, if you can't not have that cigarette or not have that drink or not snort that line or whatever else, if you can't not do that, then your power is really being severely affected.
I do think it's alright for this video to go on for quite a bit because I feel like there's quite a lot for this topic and it will help.
I don't think it is actually. I think we should start.
Oh right, because there's quite a few things.
I know there's loads, but I don't know how much people are going to be willing to hear, you know, or willing to listen to. We can try.
There's quite a few things I need.
I suppose they can always shut off if you.
The video's like this, by the way, so it's alright, but it's a bit.
What do you mean?
Well, what I mean, it's not widescreen because it goes in, you know.
Oh,
like it's normally it's cut half your head off. Is what I mean.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I don't need that half.
No, I know.
I think something else that we do need to say, like it really does bring clarity, like getting rid of stuff, you know, and the truth of all of us, none of us want to be a slave, you know. It's like, it's a big reason why so many of us have incarnated here and now on the earth, to try and break the slavery, you know, and it just doesn't sit well inside any of us to be a slave to anything. I mean, I was a slave to food for a long time. I mean, I still have a bit of an issue with it, but like I was like 20 stone probably about 3 or 4 years ago now. And that was because of, again, emotional stuff there, couldn't deal with it, eat to numb it, you know, because food's are drugs as well. I mean, that's the other stuff we could go into, but I'll only talk about that one, you know, if Mike wants another video doing, which he probably won't. We'd do that. But it is important, it really is important. You know, we went on quite a cleansing diet as well. Like we started eating a lot of just like raw foods, fresh fruits, you know, like all of these kind of things. We cut out processed foods, additives, you know, so many additives have been generated to lower our awareness, to keep us addicted to certain foods, you know, again, the addictions comes up again. You just need to look around you at the things that people are generally eating, you know, and some of the stuff is just frigging frightening, you know, like these energy drinks that loads of people are drinking now it's awful, you know. It's as bad as doing drugs, you know. I mean, that's why, like, none of this is a judgment. It's not a judgment call, you know. We're in a free will zone. We came here, we have the choice to do anything that we want to do, and I will defend that for anyone. If people want to go out and take everything under the frigging sun and just party, man, then that's their choice. It's up to them. But to be honest, I don't think that's got a part on this tour. It just hasn't, and it's dangerous. You know, I don't want to do like a fear message in this because it's stupid. But people need to be clear. They need to be clear on this, and they need to be packing in any addictions really before trying to do this work, because any way that we will be pulled or manipulated will be tried. You know, we will all be influenced to try and sabotage this work because it's important work. There will already have been things surfacing, lots of things stirred up just by people's intentions of going on this tour. It's a lot bigger than people realise. And
it's a lot bigger than most of it, even me and you.
Yeah.
Because really, basically, an intention is being set to kind of really change the world. It's about something like that, really. It's even more than just creating harmony in the water, and that's amazing, and going and seeing the sacred sites, but we're putting a message out there that, you know, this corruption and this stuff needs to stop, and we want to bring change now.
It's also you know, the work is directly to try and raise the vibration and raise the frequencies on the earth, which is about lifting everybody out of the stupor state that we're all in general here. You know, we've all got different levels of awareness, you know, and none of this is about people being better or higher or any of that kind of crap.
We've all got part of the jigsaw to bring, haven't we?
And we're all in it together. You know, this has been done on the earth for a very, very long time. And we're trying to raise the frequencies out of this band of dumbing down human drones.
It's so sad, like just, yeah.
And it's big work, you know, there's a lot of vested interest from other energies out there that don't want this to happen.
But just as much as a lot of
that want it to
beings
happen,
and ancestors and, you know, and stuff that really care.
But the beings that do care about this work are very concerned about the drug use as well.
Which is what they said. So someone, Mike knows, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's been a message a couple of times about it, how it really is important. But it's not a no big deal thing, and it doesn't matter how in control of your habit you might think you are, you know, because any drug use is not going to help this. It really isn't.
Like when you get to a point where you're ready, I need to say about the music side of it as well.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, just do it.
Like what I was saying with me, you know, where I managed to clear, because it was my emotion I cleared, and nobody's expecting to like clear all their childhood traumas and stuff before they go, and that's like a nightmare, you know. We all just need to like take it easy and just, you know, do bit by bit. But yeah, my I because I stopped smoking and that, and I stopped my drinking, my music, and this what it's about, like, you know, we're musicians who want to be the best we can be, you know, not out of like, you know, being better than anyone else. We just want to be ourselves, just enjoy it, you know, and
channel the highest aspects of yourself into
and have
music.
A really good, you know, if it's a good career, whatever it is you want, or just to be you. For me, I just want to be myself. I don't care about anything. Like, I reached a point where I'm not even bothered whether someone does clap or doesn't clap, because it's about, you know, when you care about yourself and you like yourself, you're not bothered about whether the audience, you know, you just want to be of service to the audience and enjoy yourself at the same time, which is really cool, you know. But with this clearing addictions thing, what happened to me was that I was able to sing like more from my heart, my truth and stuff.
It's a lot from clearer,
a higher sort of clearer energy, less of this groggy, you know, sort of feeling. And when I say that, I'm showing you the more feeling. But I mean, like, there's levels of it, you know, like we're getting higher and higher to the point where we're like people who are very free. Like for a female, they'll be able to like dance more freer on stage, or a male feels more stronger than he did feel, and he's more able to, you know, bring the strength to the audience and stuff, you know.
Oh, whatever. Or the man can feel freer to dance.
Or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
So it's like it's just amazing the gifts that you can have through clearing your system as a musician. It's
you
just
become
wonderful.
A purer channel for the music,
for
and for the muse,
or God or
for whatever. The inspiration, for source, you know, like whatever it is, whatever your belief system is, you know, you will be channeling the highest aspects of yourself and source energy, rather than channeling energy that is tied to the drugs. I mean, even though, you know, people can get amazing inspiration at times through drug use, but there's always other stuff with it. You know, like drugs will not give that pure, clear connection to source. You know, they don't. You know, they've got a role to play in some things. You know, like, we all have our experiences here, you know, like, as I keep saying, like, this isn't about judgment, you know, like, I smoked really heavily for probably only 2 or 3 years, but I mean, like, I was going to bed, I was rolling up 2 spliffs, I was smoking one before I went to sleep and lighting one up first thing in the morning when I woke up, you know. And
you won't become like really boring, by the way, like, because that's the only thing, like, because now when we go around some people who are smoking, sometimes, well, on one level they like it because they like us, they know that we're on level with them, but there's another level where people can feel like as if you're not fun anymore, But what it is we can't be fun on the same level. But when me and Katie, like, we don't need to have anything, like, we have a total laugh at times and we just be stupid and stuff. But it's almost weird. It's like, it's almost as if sometimes the people who are taking stuff can't have fun themselves without it.
In the truth of themselves, that's the thing, you know. The thing with any kind of drug use as well, it's like, it's slightly like cultish, you know. It's like people who really like a drink all gather together, people who really like a smoke gather together, you know, people who are into the coke or whatever else, you know, anything. It's like it gathers together, and there's energies that are attached to that. You know, there's the energy of the plant or the substance itself. There's all other addicted energies that get tied to that. You know, I mean, there's been a lot of work done by many people that shows that a lot of people who are carrying any kind of pull towards drugs or addiction to drugs have got spirit attachments that are feeding off that. And often when people clear the spirit attachments, the addiction goes as well, you know, because the craving is coming from the energy that is attached. And I don't mean that to sound scary or freaky, by the way. I'm sorry if it does.
Really, don't be scared of this stuff.
Yeah, don't be scared of any of it. You know, we're all where we're at on our paths, and virtually everybody is carrying other energy, you know, like however great they think they are. You know, virtually everybody is carrying other stuff to some degree. So...
Of course, tell this to most people, and I think me and Katie are a little bit nuts. We're a bit crazy.
Oh yeah, of course we are, but so's everybody else.
Yeah, we're all crazy in our own way, aren't we? But yeah, it's been, for me, it was amazing the moment I actually realised that this stuff's really happening, you know, because I was like, what? You know, really?
The thing with it is that because most of us are carrying other energies and interference, when you hear any of these kind of messages, this stuff plays up, which is why it makes doing these kind of videos quite hard, because it's much easier for it to be thought of as, oh, they're just nutters, or they're just whatever, or, you know, there will be so many thoughts that come in that negate the message, but often that can be a sign that the message needs to be heard. And the truth in all of us, nobody wants to be a slave, you know, however good the high might feel, it's not worth selling yourself for, which kind of is what is happening.
I'll tell you what's very interesting, because what we've learnt, there's a few different things going on, we won't go into them, but you can actually watch some videos at some point or whatever. But what I realised is that, well, I had the sudden thought, and I don't actually know if this is true, but I just want to put this out there anyway. Like, in the older cultures, like, the ancestors were honoured, and also I think there was things where they would help beings pass on to the light, you know, and we're not doing
clearing
that.
Stuff.
Yeah, basically we're not helping, you know, old whoever who was an alcoholic when they died, and they're still wanting to drink alcohol. They don't want to go to the light because they want to stay on the earth plane.
You don't want to move.
Our culture doesn't help them, you know what I mean? So in my opinion, this is, I mean, I think some people do feel this as well, that that they need to feed, you know, they're when they're attached around someone, they are wanting the thing that they wanted, you know.
Which is why it's so hard to bloody quit things so often, you know. The world is, you know, we're touted the idea of diets constantly, and not many people can hold a diet, you know, not many people can manage to do that because they've got other energies that are feeding through them. I mean, I think I said before on this, you know, like I was like 20 stone, and like we ate the way we did, and I lost like 10 stone in the space of a year. And like normally if that would have happened, I would have just put it straight back on again. But because we'd done a lot of clearing of our own stuff, the reasons for this stuff, trying to clear a lot of the energies, like that same pull hasn't been there. And I mean, I only talk about the food because it's my most recent addiction, you know, like I could have been talking about smoking, I could have been talking about mainlining, you know, just like fucking anything. But, you know, like when... The thing that I want to say as well is like this tour is a massive, massive opportunity for personal growth, like soul growth for everybody involved. And even just like for, you know, even if you don't go in for all that stuff, even if you're just there purely to play music, that's sound, you know, it really is. But it's still an opportunity, because if you can clear addictions, you bring so much more of that to it. You bring so much more personal power to your music. You'll have more stamina. You know, you won't constantly have the distraction of, oh shit, I want to
that was the second thing,
skin up again, you know, or whatever.
Like my dad's like smoked since he was bloody, I don't know, like 50.
Most of his life.
Most of his life, yeah. So, and I love him to bits, you know, when we've been talking about this stuff recently and I've been accepting him and loving him and all that with it, you know. Even at times in the past I was a little bit like, come on Dad, you know, like it's pissing me off. But like, I can't speak to you and you just...
You're being a muppet and I'm sick of it.
yeah. But like the thing he says to me, he says like, you know, because he did stop smoking for 2 years, I think.
We're talking about smoking pot here, not just cigs.
Yeah, and cigs or whatever.
Both of them, really.
But yeah, both of those actually he stopped. And he actually gave him the catalyst to start working on his music. And he really got full on it. And he was like, I'm doing this. And that's because of that sense of power that he claimed back from all that energy that was going into that addiction. Yeah. He got it back here.
And like he's created like some of the most like really beautiful pieces of music. He really has.
Yeah.
But like since he's started smoking again, it's like the music is taking second place again.
Yeah. And it's going downhill and he's not getting that kind of all these sort of ideas coming in, all this, you know. I mean, I know when you do smoke, you do get as well. I mean, weed I'm talking about. You do get a little bit of ideas, but I mean, he was actually just getting all this stuff just coming, you know, because his vibration's being raised, you know. Yeah. So I think we just wanted to... It
taps you into different levels. I mean, that's the thing. Like, if you're taking stuff, it does keep your vibration lower. You know, I mean, like the drug themselves, when you're high or whatever, it's like you can be, you know, disappearing up there, you know, pulling some stuff down from the cosmic man.
You can't properly grab it, can you?
Yeah, but it's like it can't be anchored properly. It doesn't get anchored onto the earth properly. It doesn't get channeled clearly a lot of the time.
But Dad said, you know, like, I'm going to have to go for a cig, and it's like, you know, we just went for one like 15 minutes ago. I'm like, Dad, I want to jam, you know, like...
Yeah, and it stops the flow.
Like, yeah. So, you know, and he said to me, God, it's so annoying. Because I just can't seem to focus anymore, he says, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just like, it's not happening for me.
Yeah.
It will do for a while, but then it doesn't. It's like...
But I mean, I suppose we should wind this up. Yeah. Congratulations if you got this far.
So we really didn't mean to offend anyone with this, it's just...
No, I mean, there really isn't any judgment, you know, like I support anybody doing anything they feel they've got to do. We learn by everything that we do. But the message, like, for this tour is... It does matter. It does actually matter for this. I mean, if you're just working a normal job, you know, I mean, if you're on the frigging checkout at Tesco or Walmart or whatever your superstore of choice is in whatever country you're in, you know, I mean, God, I don't blame you for wanting to smoke all the time, but this work is really important. You know, it's very important. And like, if you've got drawn to this tour, you've been drawn to it for a reason, and it is the chance to clear addictions, you know, like use this chance to clear as much shit as you can, you know, really clear as much crap as possible, and the power that will come through. And I don't mean that in a bad way, I mean like personal power, because when people are truly in their power, they don't need power over other people, they don't need to steal power from another person or a plant or anything.
Maybe less worried about, like, you know, whether someone likes what I'm, all this stuff. It's like, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
You know, I'm confident.
And it'll be beautiful. That's the thing, you know. That's the message too with this, because if everybody going on this tour can clear more, the more clear everybody doing this is, the vibration that can be generated and what can be brought through will be phenomenal. And it's not only that, because like we'll be attracting a lot of ancestral spirits and things like that, and the purer our intention, the purer our commitment to this has been by cutting addictions, it
would really lift the music, I reckon, massive. Won't it?
It really is.
Because I mean, it's great what Mike's done already, you know, I really like all of it.
You know, and it, like, if you don't feel like you can step up to this, or if you feel like you shouldn't go on the tour or whatever, I mean, that's okay as well. It's personal choices. All these things are personal choices, but you know, like, just a little message from me, you know, like, if you decide not to, don't beat on yourself. You know, don't give yourself shit for wherever you're at on your life path. It's all right, you know, like the controlling energies, the unhelpful energies, work on people's guilt and on their shame and on them feeling not good enough. I mean, that's the main reason for drug use anyway. So,
but
don't ever beat yourself for anything. Just do what you can, be where you are, and that's all right.
But if anyone's got, you know, like any concerns or anything, I really would say, just because all of us on the whole team are open and will, you know, non-judgmentally say to you, you know, try and help with whatever it is, you know. I mean,
feel free to talk to us if you want to in any kind of way, you know.
I mean, because also, like, we can give any like ideas on if you've got any concerns, how to help you feel a bit more stronger, you know, and able to do what you need to do.
Because you can. I mean, we can clear this. I mean, this is what all of this is about at the end of the day. That's the thing too. I mean, we're doing this to lift the Earth's vibration out of this slavery period. You know, this slavery period that's been here for a really long time. And the addictions are just a reflection of that. It's not your truth. It's never ever been your truth. You know, like any substance use, even if you love whatever you're using. I loved smoking. You know, I mean, like I say, I only smoked heavily for about 3 years, and I had to stop because I was getting really bad chest pains with it. Otherwise, I'd have probably just still been sat here with a spliff in my hand, kind of now. And Christ, I'm so frigging thankful that isn't the case. You know.
Well, I couldn't even get on stage before all this as well. Like, I was that quiet and, you know. And like disempowered. And now I want to go on stage.
It's about having faith in yourself as well, you know, because often like drug use is underpinned by some kind of feeling of not being good enough, or that people won't like you and things like that. You know, there's so many things underneath this. And you know, like every soul here is a beautiful soul. You know, you wouldn't have been drawn to this if you weren't a beautiful soul. I mean, everybody is, really, to be honest. But, you know, it's like having faith in that. If you are part of this, you have been drawn to this for a reason, and it is your chance to clear as much crap as you can, you know, and we'll be trying to do the same. And, you know, we're really fucking with you. We're with you with bells on. So, is that us?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Right, loads of love, please do it. You know, like, don't just do it for the tour, do it for you. You know, with respect, you know, fuck Mike, fuck me, fuck him, you know.
Don't say that.
Fuck whatever anybody says, you know, do it for yourself. You know, do it for you, for your truth, for why you're here. You didn't incarnate on this planet to be a slave to anything or anyone. Yeah, no substance, no person.
You powerful people.
Nobody is better than you in any way, shape or form. And if they think that they are, they're deluded. Seriously deluded. Anyway, loads of love from us here. And we'll get back to our addiction to papaya. If anyone wants to hear about, like, food stuff.
Oh, we've got loads of tips.
Oh, yeah.
And stuff,
there's loads. We could bore you for hours. All right. Loads of love. I think we're gone. Ta-ra.
Cheers.